Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and this is Unreal World, and we are back today at the Runaway Slave playthrough. And as you can see, we are making a lot of progress here, a lot more than I suspected I would here on our cottage. And of course, I've been doing a lot of the boring, busy work here off camera. So if you guys tuned in into yesterday's episode, you'll know that I only had this western wall assembled. Well, it's not even fully assembled. As you can see, I can still walk through it, and it's kind of shaded. You'll notice it looks kind of like a shadow of a wall as opposed to the actual hard surface of this wall here. So that just basically means that the wood is now there, but it's just not completed yet. So, but this gives you a much better idea of how big I want this thing to be. Right where I'm standing is going to be the door, so that we'll start on a wall segment right here and go around to the corner at this position and move up. Well, how about instead of talking about it, we just go ahead and do it, huh? So I don't have enough tree trunks right now, but we're just going to process everything we've got and get to where we need. The reason I started building is because I wasn't exactly sure how many I needed left. I had a bunch of these things just kind of spread out everywhere. So I was like, well, instead of trying to count them and like resort everything out, why don't I just move them off to the side and start building the walls? That will give me a much better idea once we're all done, how much I need. But it's going pretty good here. I think this is the last. Now let's take a quick rest here. Now that I'm working on this and pushing my guy real hard like this, it reminds me of a comment somebody left recently where they talked about, because I had mentioned a couple of times about how in this game, like, water is so easy to get that if you happen to die of thirst, like, you're doing something wrong. Well, somebody commented and said they have died of thirst before while they were constructing a cabin because they were trying to push themselves, to get it done, which I totally understand that. You're like, I've got no time to eat and drink. We got to get this thing completed. And when they did that, they actually died of thirst because apparently, you can let your hunger bar fill up and you're okay for weeks and weeks before starvation gets you. But obviously, dehydration takes a lot less time to kick in. And so they had apparently died from thirst that way, which is very sad. And I'm sorry for that, my friend. I didn't mean to imply that you didn't know what you were doing at all. I probably would do the same thing, especially since until like that person warned me that that could happen. I mean, that would have been very embarrassing for me to lose my playthrough just in that kind of thing. So I appreciate that comment very much. But anyway, let's keep working on our walls here. So it's very important to get the right wall section. And you might say to yourself, why does he never build one of these walls with the windows in it? Because you'll see that some of these do have the ability you can make walls with a shutter or a window. There's a couple of reasons I don't. For one, it takes a different kind of material. You're going to need to get like some boards and stuff and whatever else to make that. So for me, my purpose is just more efficient doing it this way. And plus, having that gap or the ability to see through your walls is kind of like a double-edged sword. It's cool because you can see outside, and maybe you can keep an eye on something out there. But also, like, if you got a bunch of animals running around, like you got a cage full of dogs or whatever, it can kind of slow the game processing down if they're all in sight while you're trying to do stuff like prepare a bunch of food, or if you're trying to beat out like a really big elk skin. Having a bunch of animals running around in your visual field is actually slowing the game down when you're doing that. And it's noticeable. You'll notice it too. So it's one of the reasons I like to be able to just close the doors and not have to worry about anything in my visual range. So I just don't build shutters, but you certainly can if you want. Now, I actually skipped a gap here, so it's hard to see it, but there's a gap right in this wall. So I need to put another wall segment here. You can tell the logs are getting pretty low. I'm trying to clean up my branches as I go too, piling them up over here because we are going to get back into our blacksmithing fairly soon, at least probably once the winter sets in and our cabin's all done. I'm going to start working on some serious like armor and stuff. But for now, let's keep working here. Okay, so I'm going to move these. I've got 6 logs here. I'm going to move them up and get this gap filled. I'm not looking forward to cutting down a bunch more trees and stuff, but it's okay. Let's do the wall here. It's all for a good reason. And as I've pointed out, it takes a long time. It's a lot of hard work, but it's very satisfying. So there we go. That segment's done. Not done, but it's started. And I've got 2 more extra logs. Let's move them here. I think yeah, that's 8 logs right there. So we're going to have enough for one more wall segment. Let's move these into position. Oops, he's getting real tired. There we go. And all right, that's probably good enough. Let's go ahead and do B again, wooden wall. There we go, that side, and excellent. You want to make sure that you get the right side too. Don't build the western side on the eastern, or the western wall on the eastern side of your building. Don't get those mixed up. It's very important that you place the right building segments. Otherwise, you can get a little funky. I've tried to experiment too and like do buildings that have like little turns in them and stuff. And, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't think the structures aren't meant to be super elaborate, you know what I'm saying? But certainly if you've got the time and you're enjoying, you know, the monotony of the game itself, then go ahead and experiment. And I say that in a positive way. Some people do enjoy kind of the grinding experience of games like this, especially if there's a good payoff in the end, which there definitely is. Hey, look, it's snowing again. Ho ho. It's getting pretty cold. I've been maintaining the temperature though. I've been keeping a close eye on it. So far, everything's going good in terms of our warmth and stuff. Oh, we got some meat here. So this is done. Our dried food is done. So I literally don't have any more meat being processed right now. There's none inside. It's hard to see it, but there's nothing in the building right now. And I've just picked up the last of the dried meat. So everything we have here inside our little cellar right here, boom, 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 put it over here in front of our cottage. I'm going to drop this meat and then we'll take a look at what we got. So everything in here, this is it. This is all the meat we have. And it's a pretty good amount. Don't get me wrong. This will probably get us through the entire winter, quite possibly. But some of it is smoked, so you got to watch out for that. You want to use that smoked stuff first. I'll pick up like 100 pounds of this just to have it on me here real quick. Yeah, I've only got 1.5 pounds in my bowl, so I'll fill that up here shortly. But you know what? No, I'm not going to carry that around. I'm working on literally rolling logs across a mountain face. I shouldn't be carrying 100 pounds of meat on me or 10 pounds of meat or whatever. So let's just stay as light as we can. You know, if it was the summertime, it wouldn't be such a big deal because I wouldn't have to wear all this fur. But right now I'm pretty decked out with clothing just in order to stay warm. So there we go. There's our first log for the episode here that I've cut down. Let's see. So let me try and get an accurate estimate of how many I'm going to need. There's that glutton. Did you see him? The Wolverine's still with us. This is his home, dude. I'm not going to kill that thing. This is literally his home as much as it is ours. And he doesn't bother me. He just kind of wanders around, does his own thing. Not a big deal. So there's 5 tree trunks right there. I'm going to grab this other one. I've got one more up top that I already cut down earlier. So we'll grab this and boom, that's going to be another wall segment, but still not complete yet. Not quite. Oh no, guys, look. Do you see it down to the south there? Oh my God. So I was just moving logs, just finishing up here. We got a couple of wall segments left. And I noticed that there's a dead corpse in the water over here. And it's the freaking glutton. I looked at it already and I've determined that is our glutton. And it's rotten too, so I can't even go out there and get it if I wanted to, which I don't want to. It'd probably be a suicide mission. Can you believe it? It must have walked through the ice. I bet you it was walking on the ice out there and it fell in the water. Looks like it's right on the edge of the water. I mean, I don't know how else to determine its cause of death. I think it must have just drowned. That is so nuts. I mean, animals will go out on the ice like that. I don't know if he was like chasing a bird or something, but man, that is so sad. Poor little glutton. Maybe when the ice fully freezes over and I'm able to walk out onto my lake, I'll go retrieve his body. We'll bury him or something, even though that's not really a thing. But I'll figure out some way to dispose of the corpse in a very like respectful way. But it's pretty sad. It's definitely something that hits me there. I was hoping he would stick around for a while, but oh well. Nonetheless, we've still got plenty of birds everywhere. See them? They're everywhere. I tell you what, man. These birds are plentiful. But here you can see some of the progress I've made. I'm working on, essentially, I think I need 8 more logs right now, basically. Yep. 8 more to finish the walls. Then we've still got to get all the work done itself, because these are just blueprints, essentially, just shadows of the wall. But once that's done, then I get to do all the ceiling and floors. Then the furniture, which the furniture doesn't take very long, so that's not a big deal. But The floors and the ceilings do take a while just because it takes you a lot of boards and a lot of slender trunks. The good news is, though, in terms of slender trunks, I've already got a bunch ready, and we got a few boards here set up too. So that's probably not going to be enough. We'll have to make some more, but nonetheless, that's okay. I was aware of the investment it would take to get this complete. Let's go ahead and make sure we eat and drink. I don't want to die. All right, so I've got 4 there. Like I said, I'm going to need 2 more for that stack, and then another 6 to get the wall segment next to it. So we're almost there, guys. All right, well, check it out. The building is, well, not complete. Obviously, we got a lot more work, but I've got it all assembled here. Now we just have to actually finish it. So what I can do is I can come into the building tab, and if I come down to this continue paused process, now that becomes the command that I can just come through here and repeat each time. Obviously, it's going to take me several passes to get the full wall section done. That's just how it is. It's a long process. And it's very, very strenuous, too. So it's not even like the time it takes. Literally, like there's a bunch of other tasks that take longer to construct a wall segment does, but just the strenuous nature of that task does take you several attempts. So let's go to sleep. Luckily, I've got my shelter right near here. We got plenty of food, so we can just power right through. Get this all done. Let's do it together here. So again, that paused ability is just, that's what I can just hit R to repeat. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit R, and we work until we're tired. Boom. Now we got that. We've got the 2 wall segments around the door complete, and I did that intentionally so we can go ahead and build this door. So let's do that. You can't build the door if you just have the little shadow of the structure up there. You actually have to finish pieces. And I could have waited till last to do this, but it's no big deal. I just like have the door on there. Makes me feel like it's more complete. It's closer to being finished here. So there we go. We've got ourselves a door in the front part of our cabin. Oh, this is going to be so glorious. Let's get this done. All right, so now I need to go back in there and hit the pause button again. There we go. Otherwise, I'll be building a door at each section, which you can have multiple doors in your house too, actually. I might do that now that I think about that. Oh, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe not. What I was thinking is I might put a door section right here so we can just like walk straight through, if I need to. But typically it's only really necessary if you've got like something behind you, like if your water source was back here, you know what I'm saying, that would be helpful. Or if I had a pen full of animals back here, that would be cool too. But well, for now, I think we'll just stick with what we've got. I don't have to go through the process deconstructing it right now, so we'll just continue on. And if I change my mind down the road, I can deconstruct it and just replace it with the door, so it's not the end of the world. I've done that before too in different playthroughs. Get something constructed and then you change your mind on it, so you just deconstruct and start again. It's a good learning process, but it is nice to have multiple doors. Let's see here. Although I have a feeling we'll probably be sufficient just going in and out of the front door there. But so you can see I'm already extremely tired. I'm going to try and sleep right here. Okay, very good. And we will repeat that process. There we go. All right, so we've almost got the front wall complete. Do another rest here. Probably take me another 2 rests to get this done. Nope, just 1 more. Okay, and boom, there we go. So the front wall is now complete. We've got the corners and the door done. So I guess I'll go ahead and get the other 3 sides, right? Oh boy, check it out, folks. It is complete. The walls are up. Still got a lot more work to do on the ceiling and floors. As you can see, there's still snow on the ground here, but it's done. The walls are up, and I'm super excited. It's a perfect square too, just a good size. It's not the biggest I've ever made before, but this is going to be a lot more roomy than the smokehouse for sure. In fact, now that this is up, I'll probably go ahead and disassemble this smokehouse at some point. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll leave it up too. Like I've mentioned, I might even expand it just a little bit, just bring it out one width and turn it into like a little sauna room keep that stove in there basically, and we can make nice little sauna in case we get sick or whatever. You want those saunas for that reason. Plus, I think that I did turn on the game course here, and one of the game courses actually does want you to build a sauna and use it and stuff. There it is. See, it's the third one, sauna. So, if we want to complete the game course, that'll be something we have to work on. But nonetheless, let's keep focused here. We've got some floors and ceilings to build. So I did collect a bunch of slender trunks, and I cut up a couple more full-size logs into boards. I don't know if this is going to be enough, but we're going to get started. So you go to wooden building, and I believe it's the, where is it? Roof water catcher. That's new. That's part of the mod, I think. Yeah, we might have to install one of those. I don't know how that works, but I wouldn't mind having some water here for sure, right next to the building, so I don't have to walk down the side of the mountain to the little pond. So I'm gonna try that. But first, let's get our ceilings and floors in. So I've got all the stuff in the doorway so that we can start work right here in front. It's a process, takes about 3 hours, and you can't see it right now. You can barely see it, but there's a little bit of grayness right there where I'm standing. That's the floor. And of course, the ceiling is built above us. You don't really see the ceiling, but it's there, trust me. And once we get this full room enclosed, there'll be no more like rain or snow indoors or anything like that. So, all right, we've got, oops, I don't care about that. What's happening here? Give me wooden buildings, ceiling and floor. There we go. All right, so there's our second piece for the floor. I'll turn around and you can see this is kind of a lengthy process here because you got to get all this done. I mean, if you leave one square, then, it's not technically a true cabin, is it? So, all right, we can sleep here though. That's the good news is once you get the ceiling built, even if the room itself's not totally complete, you can see there's snow in parts of this. But if I sleep right here where I've got the roof and ceiling, it won't wake me up when it starts to rain or snow. So that's actually one of the good things. You can sleep in your partially constructed cabin if you want to. All right, that side's looking good. Let's go ahead and rest up again and keep going. Here we go. I know it's not the most exciting thing, but I've been doing it all along. I've been going through the tedium and stuff, so you guys will now spend some time with me here. But let's see. Oh, so I'm getting away from my stockpile of goods. So let's push that into the room now. Okay. And you can kind of keep it centralized too. Like, don't have to have this stuff right next to you necessarily. Actually, I think it does need to be next to you. But if you have a small enough room like I do here, I can pretty much just stand at any spot and get these floors as long as I continue to move this in the middle here with me. So that said, let's continue on. We got the piece there. Gotta rest here. All right, and we'll get the side next to it. And I can go ahead and just sleep. Again, it is very convenient now with the roof above us. All right, let's go ahead and sleep again. And unfortunately, our little Wolverine friend, the Glutton, is no longer with us. So he's not waking me up anymore as I go. But look at that. So I've actually run out of boards. Yeah, I've got 21 slender trunks left, but no boards. So you know what that means. Time to head back to the woods for more materials. Okay, well, it's not complete yet, but I got the second layer done. Now I'm going to have to go get more boards and stuff. Yeah, probably some more slender trunks, but not quite halfway there. But you can see, making some progress. I think to close out today, too, let's do something a little bit fun. Let's go up here and check our traps along the coast. So I did set up a whole bunch of traps up here near the water. Can I zoom out more? No, that's as far as it goes. Yeah, there's a spot, a nice little location we found that has access to the water year round. It's right here. Now, you can't see any ice because the ice has melted. Again, it's gotten warm enough that ice that accumulated is gone. But here we are at this location and nothing. Oh boy, unfortunately, there's still nothing in our traps here. So I've got 3 pit traps all on the coast. 1, 2, and then the farthest south, there's a pit trap there. Then we've got a deadfall bear trap right there, just south of me in that location. And over here, I have just a regular large deadfall trap. So we've got a good variety of stuff. And of course, the intention, like I said, is to catch some marine animals, some marine mammals, hopefully. There's only one kind, I think just the seal. But, who knows? Maybe an elk will run through here or a bear at some point, too. Anything's possible. But so far, no good. Nothing here. Not a big deal. Oh, got to move away from the water's edge. There we go. Yep. And that's it. Maybe we'll... Oh, there's an elk here. Oh, he's in the deep forest, though. So, okay, let's take a quick peek. What is she standing on? Is there a baby there? Oh, there's elk droppings underneath her. Oh, and she's also standing on a spruce. Huh. So I'll go ahead and take a shot at her. Honestly, I don't want to waste my broadhead, but I'll just try. We can always make more. I'm going to go for a headshot even though she's facing away. Really, I'm just going for a one shot, one kill here. If we get super lucky, that'd be amazing, but probably not. But still worth a try. Yep. Hey, didn't lose the arrow either. It hit the tree in front of her, so that's cool. Did it break? No, no, it did not break. All right, let's hop back out here. Ooh, we got some mushrooms. What here? What kind are these? We don't recognize them. Just unusual mushrooms, so no big deal. We will head out. I'm going to leave this area once we get far enough away from her. But let's just take a quick pass around our hunting grounds. It's nice to take a little break occasionally, especially when you're working so hard on a long-term project like that. It's not that I need the food necessarily. It's just it's fun. Hunting is so fun. Okay, here we go. So nothing really over there. We'll check this area. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and sleep real quick. Ah, too hungry. Ooh, I've run out. Well, I haven't run out of food. It's just I ate all the food that's in my bag. I have to go back home real quick. No worries. Let's zip back to the place real quick just to pass some time because it's pretty dark out here. This time of the year, you can see like at night, it's almost impossible to even see right in front of yourself. No climbing. So I'm going to come over here, grab some meat. Oh, look at that cabin. Looks amazing right there. I want to see it in the full daylight, though. Once it's all complete, it's going to be great to look at. So I've got a little bit of meat here. Let's just put that inside our empty bag. It's not going to fill it up. And you know what I did try? I think I mentioned this very early on. After I first constructed these bags, one of them for water, one of them for food. And you might ask yourself, why don't you just fill this up with all kinds of mixed meat? You can't. At first, I assumed that it would just like bug out and kind of erase the food, but it doesn't. It actually warns you now not to do that. So if I go to action again, and I go to that same bag that currently now has meat in it, and I go to put something in it, and then I select like this second batch of meat here, for instance, it will now pop up and it says you can't store different kinds of stuff in one container. So the game just doesn't have that ability coded into it, unfortunately, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world because I do have some stacks here. Like if I picked these up and tried to put that in the bag, it would just fill the bag up and everything left over could be dropped again inside the thing. So it's not like it used to be. I'm pretty sure that when I played with this mod years ago, like if you tried to do that, it would just kind of erase the food. So it was a bad thing. It's good that they've added that little notification now. So, all right, we've got a little bit more food. It is now the small hours of the morning. Oops, I just walked right back into my settlement. So let's move across the world map, try and pass a little bit of time. So it gets a little bit lighter. Here we go. All right, we can finally see. Oh, look at that. What is that? Do you guys see it right there? Oh, you know what that is, don't you? It's a little piggy. It's the little pig that could. So that could be a nice chunk of food right there. Let's jump in here. If it's a group of them, I'm not going to take on an entire group of pigs. Yeah, pigs can be hostile. And I mean, in fact, they will almost certainly become hostile if you shoot at them. So if I were to plug one of these guys with an arrow, his friends would turn on me and want to fight me. There's only four of them. No, there's five of them. There's six of them. So yeah, this is too many. If I had some dogs or something, I would definitely take these guys on. And it would, oh my God, there's 8 of them right there on the screen. It wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe construct some traps in this location since we've seen them here now. One real quick and easy trap we could do is just dig some holes here. So I think what I'm going to do is we'll go to our screen. I'm going to add the pig marker to the world map so I know exactly where this location's at. And we're going to go home and grab our shovel. And the only thing is you can't really dig a hole in some of these real watery areas. So like if it's a pine mire like that, you can't really dig it just wherever you want. You got to find like more solid ground, I guess. Essentially, like if you dig too deep of a hole, it's just going to fill with water, in certain areas. So what I'll do is I'll return, grab my shovel. Oh, I just saw an elk. Did you see that? Hold on, it's here. All right, hold on. The pigs are just going to have to wait. There he is. Okay, he's popping in and out. Okay, it's getting to be late afternoon. I think we still have full visibility, though, so I'm going to jump in here. Yes, we do. Now, this wasn't a true encounter, so I don't know where he's at necessarily. Plus, there's birds all around me. But if we can pick up his tracks, that would be amazing. God, there's birds everywhere. So I'll zoom along the tree line here and just kind of look for him. Not going to step into any water right now. It's also good, as I've mentioned, occasionally, if you can, just zoom out and see if you can see him again on the world map. See, did he pop up again? No. So I just move right back, repeat the process, move around a little bit. Oh, there's the tracks right there. These are moving northwest. Perfect. Oh, hold on. I'm worried about him going into the trees, obviously. That's the big... Yeah, there's trees on both sides of us here. Looks like his tracks are going... Yeah, they go right into the trees there. Not a surprise. I'm not going to give up on him just yet. We'll probably cruise around the area a little bit more, jump in and out of the world map, and just test his location. If I can put myself between him and the trees, then we'll chase him into the open and hopefully hunt him down. But it'll have to wait for tomorrow's episode, guys. We have run out of time today. I appreciate you coming by, and I will see you guys on the next episode.